patterns. Let's look at these patterns and see if we can find the next couple of numbers or shapes in each. What's happening here? They must be adding 3. Let's see if that works. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. So 13 plus 3 would be 16. And the next number would be 19, and so on and so forth. Now let's go to this pattern. It starts with 2 and goes to 8. So if I add 6, that works great, except for 8 plus 6 is not 32. So what about 2 times 4? 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 times 4, what do you think that is? 128. Then what? 128 times 4 is 512, and it keeps going. What about down here with this, the triangle and the circle and the square? Do the colors matter? Yes, the colors matter. What would the next figure be? A green circle. What would the next figure be? A black square. Those are some basic patterns. Now we're going to try some that are a little more difficult. Now let's look at these patterns. The first one, when you first look at this, you're trying to think, well, what if I add something, or what if I multiply, or could I subtract, or could I divide? But it's hard to come up with one number that works for that. So sometimes you have to think a little outside the box. How about from 2 to 3 is plus 1, and from 3 to 5 is plus 2, and from 5 to 8 is plus 3. This is kind of a cool pattern, because you're just going up in order. You're going plus 1 to get to 3, plus 2 to get to 5, plus 3 to get to 8, and plus 4 to get to 12. So what would the next number be? What would you need to do to get the next number? You would need to add 5. Plus 5, and that would give you 17. Then what? Plus 6, what would that give you? 23. So some patterns, like the ones we saw earlier, are just one number, adding and subtracting or multiplying or dividing, and some sort of progress, like this one. Now here's another pattern. Here's some squares, and they've got one section colored in. The first one, this section's colored. The second one, this section's colored. The next one, this section's colored. So on the next square, which section would you color in? If you notice, this is moving. It's like it's rotating clockwise. It's going from this square to this square to this square, and the next one's going to be this square. See? That square, that square, that square. So this one would get colored in. Make sense? Okay, we're going to do some more problems. Now, you need to try these 4 problems. If you need to get paper and pencil, that's fine. Pause the video, see if you can get the answers. When you get all of the answers worked out that you think are right, turn the video back on and we'll see if you got them right. Here are the answers. Did you get them right? I hope so. If you got all of them right, I'm totally impressed. Now, we're going to learn next how you fit a pattern into a table. Now, here we have 3 figures and a table. We're going to use the pattern we find in the figures to complete the table. So, this line of the table is just going to be the number of the figure. This line of the table is how many triangles. So figure 1 has 2 triangles. Figure 2, that's this one, has 4 triangles. Figure 3, right here, has 6 triangles. So the question is, if we drew another figure, figure 4, how many triangles do you think it would have? See, we went from 2 to 4 to 6, so the triangles are increasing by 2. So this must have 8. So if it did work like that, how would we draw the figure 4 that had 8? Well, if you notice, they started with 2 and added 1 to the bottom row and 1 on top. And then this one had 3, and they added 1 on the bottom and the top to get to the next one. So if we just draw figure 3 and add 1 triangle to the bottom and then add 1 triangle to the top, there we have figure 4. So could we do that for figure 5 and figure 6? Yes. Figure 5 is going to have how many triangles? 10. That's right. Figure 6 is going to have how many triangles? 12. That's right. Could we draw those? Of course we could. That's not hard to put that information into a table. You can all do that. Now here we go to the exciting part of your evening, the video homework. On your piece of paper, you need to put your name in the top left corner and the date in the top right corner. And on the line of your notebook paper, you need to write video homework. Feel free to abbreviate 1-1. I call this line the title line. I don't usually take homework that doesn't have the title line filled in. Then right under that, I wrote something important. You have to show all your work. When you turn in your video homework tomorrow in class, if you have not shown all of your work that you can, then you're going to get in a little bit of trouble. So make sure you show your work. Now on this paper, honestly, there's not a lot of work to show. What you need to do is copy down the problem and fill in the 3 blanks. So first you copy everything that you see here, and then you fill in the blanks. You finish all of this homework, and you bring it to class tomorrow. And this is the end of video lesson 1-1. The beautiful thing about having lessons on video is that you can go back before quizzes and tests and review them when you forget things. So have a lovely day. I can hardly wait to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.